Derek, you see us by? This is Bud, your pilot. And we're going to talk about the KAP140 Autopilot. Highlighted in yellow in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to notice a button marked AP. This is the Autopilot Engage-Disengage button, essentially an on-off button. When engaged, it's going to initiate in roll mode and vertical speed mode, which holds the aircraft's current heading and captures the current rate of climb or descent. What that means is if you're climbing at, say, 300 feet a minute, then it's going to start out holding you in a 300 foot per minute climb. You can later adjust that by pressing the up button. Increases your climb rate or decreases your rate of descent by 100 feet per minute increments. Or the down button, which increases your descent rate or decreases your rate of climb by the same 100 foot per minute increments. Pressing the heading mode selector will set the autopilot to track the heading bug. The aircraft will turn its standard rate until it's flying the desired heading. To change heading, simply move the heading bug to the new heading. Pressing heading again will set the autopilot back to roll mode. Selecting navigation mode will provide automatic beam capture and tracking of either VOR, localizer, or GPS as selected for presentation on the HSI. Meaning whatever you have set in the HSI is the course that the autopilot will attempt to track. The approach mode selector provides automatic beam capture and tracking of VOR, GPS, localizer, and even glide slope on an ILS as selected for presentation on the HSI. Again, it's whichever one you have selected in the HSI is what the autopilot's going to track. We'll go into more detail on this on Part 2, Flying Coupled Approaches. The back course mode selector functions similarly to the approach mode, except that the autopilot response to localizer signals is reversed and glide slope is disabled. This is desirable if flying a back course approach. If flying a front course approach, it might send you off in outer space. But again, we'll talk about more in Part 2, Flying Coupled Approaches. Notice here that the aircraft is in heading mode tracking the heading bug. Now if I press the CWS button for control wheel steering, I can put the airplane in a standard rate turn or whatever I desire, and as soon as I let go, it's going to make a standard rate turn back to the heading bug. Now if I go and I switch this, now I've put it back into roll mode, and we'll go back over here and I'll press the control wheel steering button again, CWS over on the left here with my thumb. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and bank the airplane to the right, and I'll let go at about 110. And it's just going to level the wings and hold 110 for me. Now you notice the little box here says AP for autopilot. Now when I press CWS, it's going to disappear, and then I can use the control wheel. And then the other thing is we press this button here. This autopilot. And that disconnects the autopilot.